welcome back. Today is a palette of the week video, and the palette of the week is the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. This is what the packaging looks like. Gorgeous! I picked this one because it's almost Valentine's Day and there's definitely a lot of mauve and pink and red and plum going on in here. So if you want to know more about this mauve obsession, then just keep on watching. First, I'll show you the palette and what she looks like, and then I want to give you guys a little bit of information from the Sephora website. So this is what she looks like. This is actually a deep plum color. I will swatch all of these for you in a minute, but this is what it looks like, and you can see that I definitely used it this week. I created four looks, which I will insert after the demo. So let's go ahead and get into it. These palettes, and there are 4 different colorways. There's the Mauve Obsessions, there is the Warm Brown Obsessions and Smoky Obsessions, and then the other one that I'm possibly interested in is the Electric Obsessions, which is beautiful, bright, bold colors. So this does go for $27 on the Sephora website. And you do get 1.3 grams of product. You'll see in this palette that there is absolutely no wasted space. There's just enough to separate the pans, and I appreciate that. It is very compact. You do get a mirror if that is what you're into. And it's just very sleek and compact, and I think these would be great for traveling, especially if you invested in the warm browns or the smoky tones. It would be great for every day. So what it is a range of compact eyeshadow palettes expertly curated by Huda herself, offering beauty lovers a complete day to night eye color wardrobe. And then it says each Huda Beauty Obsessions eyeshadow palette is packed with a selection of 9 highly pigmented mattes and striking shimmers, all with a smooth and blendable texture. Available in 4 color themes, which I already said: warm brown, mauve, smoky, and electric obsessions. The palettes are super compact and lightweight, making them a must-have for your handbag. The large mirror, conveniently sized palette, and versatile shade collection allow you to create both classic and playful looks that are easy to apply on the go. I would agree with that. I got 4 looks out of that this palette. I think there's other looks absolutely that I could get out of this palette. I just tried to make sure that I used all of the colors at least once during the week that I was testing. So specifically about the Mauve Obsessions, it says it is 6 pigmented mattes and 3 gorgeous shimmers in a dusty rose. Oh, I lost my place. Dusty rose and plummy, yes, plummy hues creates a soft, natural finish for a smoky, sultry effect. So, and then the last thing that is written here from Huda herself, the brand founder, said, "These are really condensed eyeshadow palettes, but you get so much product. I'm obsessed with the warm browns and smoky palettes. They're both full of the most gorgeous, buildable colors that take your look from day to night easy." The Mauve Obsessions palette is the makeup essential that everyone needs to create everyday looks with a sultry edge. The Electric palette features super bold colors that are still really wearable, so you can create amazing understated looks. I really wanted to give the people the option to have fun with as many colors as possible without having to invest in individual shades. It was all about giving color junkies everything they need in a compact way, and that is definitely what she did. These palettes are great, a great value for $27. I think there is a lot. I mean, I definitely got some wear, especially in these shimmers, but there's a ton of product in here. So let's go ahead and do a few swatches before the demo. I'm gonna go ahead and work with this row first. Again, we don't have shade names, so, you know, roll with me here. There's that. Here's that. And I am not a professional swatcher by any means. I am not a swatch queen, but I do like to see swatches in other people's videos. So these are the first three. Let's see where we, okay. This is what they look like. And that's pretty true to color. This guy is pretty dark. This is more of a medium shimmer shade, and this is the lightest shimmer shade in the palette. So next row, the middle row here, let's wipe my hands off sufficiently. Do that taupey color and the rose shade. And the mattes are every bit as good in this palette as the shimmers, in my opinion. I think they're equally as pigmented as Anastasia Beverly Hills matte shades, and probably even a little bit easier to blend. But these two are matte. This is this rose shade. Here's that taupey shade, which you could absolutely use for a transition. And then this is the darkest shimmer. It's kind of a cranberry shimmer. That's the darkest shimmer in the palette. And then the last row right here, these are all three mattes. We've got that plummy color. We've got this white color, which I said I was going to use in my demo and then forgot to do my brow bone, which I sometimes do, so you'll know that I say I'm going to do it, but I actually don't. So plummy shade, cream shade, let's give her a little more here. And then the red, I think it's the deepest red, yeah. So here are the last three shades. Here's this plum color that I'm wearing today and you will see in the demo. Here's that white bone shade, which is great for a brow bone or for all over the lid. And then here is the deepest red color. It's mostly red. Doesn't have as much of a purple shift to it as the one in the first row. This one. This one has more of a plum or purple shift to it. So that's what the swatches look like. This is definitely an all-inclusive palette. You do have a transition shade in here, either in this taupe or this rosy shade for sure, and you have that bone shade if you absolutely must have it, with some people do. You know, if you not gonna have a lot of palettes, you probably do want to have transition and brow bone shades. So these are what they look like. In terms of favorites, I love this really light pink shade. Again, I'm wearing it today and you'll see that in the demo. I do love this plum shade right here. And I absolutely adore this rosy shade. All the shimmers are good, very smooth. If you apply them with the finger, no setting spray required. They go on like a dream. That's how I did it today in the demo. And then also, if you want to use a setting spray, you know, for longevity, or just, you know, that's how you like to do your eyeshadows, is by foiling them, that does work. I did try that. I wanted to give you guys my full opinions. So that's that. We're gonna go ahead and get into the demo right now, recreating one of my looks from this week. I picked a look that I felt like was an everyday look, and also not necessarily a mauve look. Absolutely, you can get some gorgeous mauve, red, pink, what have you looks out of this, and I thought they were gorgeous, and I absolutely will use those looks again in the future. But today I decided to go a little daytime. As Huda says, she wants this to be a palette that you can take from day to night, and so I went ahead and used this plum color up here, this bone shade, actually I forgot to use, but that was for my brow bone, and then this taupe shade to blend out the plum, and this lightest shimmer shade on the inner half of my lid. So I hope you enjoy the demo, and after that we'll come back for my final thoughts. All right, glasses are off. Let's go ahead and get into the demo. This is the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions. I'll give you a quick little gander. There's no shade names to my knowledge. Obviously, when you look at this, you would realize that you're gonna get a lot of pink, mauve, you know, all those colors I just said. get looks with those colors, but I did find one look this week that I thought was amazing for every day and did not really include any mauve. So the shades I'm going to be using here is this plum color and this taupe color here in the middle, which is great. This white creamy color, I'll be going on my brow bone and setting my primer with that. And then the last shade for a highlight on the lid is this very light pink, what do you want to call it? Shimmer shade. Good grief. Obviously it's Sunday because my brain is spent. So let's go ahead and get into it. And I'm going to start out with a crease brush. Where are you? A pinched crease brush, fluffy crease brush here with that purple shade. That's what it's looking like. Other side. All right, that's what she's looking like. Now I'm going to take, oh, thank you for following, eyelash curler. I'm just gonna take a fluffy blending brush here and go into this taupe shade and blend out a little bit of that plum color just to make a smooth transition. Sometimes I do this first, but sometimes I find that it works better for me to do the crease shade first and then go back and blend out the edges with a lighter complementary color. That's what she's looking like. Very, very easy everyday look, but you know, again, something just not in that mauvey group, you know, because there is so much here. So I'm gonna take this flat shader brush here and go back into that plum color and put it all over my lid. Now the other eye. Okay, that's what it's looking like. You might think it looks a little bit like I got punched in the eye at this point, but don't worry, we'll get there. Going back in with that fluffy crease brush and just gonna take a tiny bit of the plum on that and just blend out that crease again. Make sure it's nice and smooth and blended since we added that plummy shade. I am so not a makeup artist, but this is just how I created this. Always open to constructive criticism in the comments. If you think there's something that would work better for me, let me know. And just a tad more of that taupey shade and blend. Just make sure everything is the gradient now. And then I'm gonna go again with this fluffy, you know what, actually we'll use our fingers. Going into this lightest pink shimmer shade right here on the finger, using what God gave us, and gonna use this as a lid and inner corner highlight. And hi boogers, why does that happen? Does anybody else have that happen to them like constantly? Maybe it's just because I wear so much makeup, I don't know. Make sure she's blended out. And there we go. This is how she's looking. I'll zoom in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and take that plummy color again. This is what it looks like, definitely more to the purple versus the red side. And go ahead and smudge just a little bit of this on the lower lash line on the outer half of the eye. And again, making my weird faces. I like it. I think it looks pretty. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and curl and do mascara and all of that, and then I'll be right back. All right, guys, this is what it looks like. I went ahead and did my lips because I want to show you the product that I used. Oh yeah, here we go. Can you see that this lip product has a blue shift to it? Oh. But these are what the eyes are looking like. I really think this is a really natural look. You could wear it every day. You could wear it for a dramatic date night. And it's a non-mauvey look that you can get out of the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. So I hope you enjoyed this demo. And oh yeah, I was gonna show you the lipstick. Hold on. Right, so the lip combo that I'm wearing real quick is both products are from MAC. This is the MAC lip liner in the shade Whirl. I'll swatch it for you. It's just a really great nude, maybe slightly rose lip liner. I just love it. It's just perfect for me. And then the lipstick that I'm really excited about, let's see if I can get a, yeah. Can you see that it has a turquoise or blue shift to it? This is a shade from MAC from their Frost line called On and On. And you can see it's kind of sheer. It looks super dark in the packaging, but when I swatched this in store at Ulta, I was so excited to see that the plum base of this is very sheared out. One of my favorite products when I was growing up, and it was like the only high-end makeup that I ever tried before this journey in beauty began, and that was the Clinique Black Honey lipstick. I think they used to call it Almost lipstick. But anyhow, it's kind of a sheared out black or dark plummy color, and that's what this is, but with a turquoise reflex. I saw Alex Rose wear this in a video on her channel, and I commented and I was like, I don't normally do this, but I have to know what you're wearing on your lips. And she told me that it was MAC's On and On from their Frost line. And I'm obsessed. It's amazing. So anyways, that's the demo for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I do put up sometimes on my Instagram the opportunity for you guys to vote from the looks that I've created through the palette of the week for what you want to see in a demo. So if you see that, go ahead and vote. And let's get back to the full review. Go. That's the final look. I hope you guys are enjoying me demoing at least one of the looks that I've done throughout the week. Leave me a comment below if you like this format of a palette of the week. My subculture palette of the week went over so well last week, so thank you to all of you who tuned in and liked and viewed and even subscribed after seeing my subculture palette review. That was super encouraging to me. Also, my kitty is sleeping behind me if you can see her, or if you hear her, you know, I don't have ghosts or whatever. So let's go ahead and get into my final thoughts on this palette. I really, really like this palette. You can see from the swatches here that these are very pigmented, but they're also super easy to work with. There's very little kick up in terms of powder, and I always think that that's a good sign. It's not necessarily a bad sign, but it does tend to tell me that this is going to be easy to work with. And while it's talking about being a girl on the go and maybe you're gonna chuck this in your handbag, I don't ever take eyeshadow with me. Now, if I had a job outside of the home and I wanted to use this to go from a day look to a night look, I absolutely would, because it is compact. The packaging is secure, has a magnetic closure that is very secure. It's small, it has a mirror, it has everything you could need. And you could start with you know, a more neutral look like what I have on right now with the plum, and later in the day, if you were gonna go out, you could go out and brighten it up, you know, with one of those rosy or red, you know, colors. And so it definitely is versatile from day to night, and that was Huda's intention. Like, I know her personally or something. So yeah, absolutely. The shimmers are a dream. They're very smooth. The mattes are very smooth as well as pigmented, but easy to work with. I absolutely recommend this entire line. I say if you are attracted to any of the groups of color that she created out of the 4, I say absolutely great value, a wonderful addition to your collection. If I was going to purchase any other of the colorways that she has in this collection, I would probably purchase the Electric Obsessions because it's so bright and gorgeous. I will insert a picture right here in case you haven't seen it. But it is beautiful, and I love bright eyeshadow, and I think that's going to be even more so the case as I get into spring and summer. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I need some color on my face, you know. So anyhow, I will say, if you guys are following me or have seen some of my other videos, I am on a low buy this year, so I'm not going to purchase the Electric Obsessions right now, but I did go ahead and purchase my first out of 3 palettes that I'm gonna allow myself to purchase this year, and that is the Too Faced Clover palette. My sister made me buy it. Stay tuned for a video about more products like that in the future. And yeah, it has bright colors. I'm totally attracted to it. I sat on this palette for months. It is now sold out at both Ulta and Sephora online. And so I went ahead and ordered it from Too Faced directly. So look forward to seeing that from me in a video real soon. So that's it. That's all for this week. I really love this palette. If you liked this video, please click the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't. And next week, we're going to be taking a very much closer look into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. Another great palette, warm, pinky, just gorgeous palette for Valentine's week. Be great for doing a look for a date night or a night out with your girlfriends. But whatever you do this week, do it with love.